needle that'll administer the sub-Q fluids. So what I'll do is after I grab that skin, I'm going to have my finger here because we're going to go right under the skin with the needle. It's going to enter right here and poke through the skin. And it's just going to sit in there. And we're going to open up this bag here to give her some fluids here. Now every line that we pass on the fluid bag is 100 cc's. So on one bag of 1 liter, you'll have 10 administrations of sub-Q fluids.
Okay, would you say that again, please?
Yeah. So you're gonna have a 1 liter bag of fluids.
Okay, 1 liter bag.
And each line is 100 cc's of fluids. Each numerical line. So if you go from the top to 1, that's 100, and 200, 300, so on, all the way till you empty the bag. The last administration will empty the bag and it'll go from 9 and completely empty once you get to that point.
Well, she doesn't seem to be uncomfortable.
She doesn't. It's a pretty non-invasive thing. You just have to be able to do it correctly. The hardest ones to do are the feline patients.
Is the needle still in there?
No, I haven't even poked her yet. I've just been just kind of explaining what to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the skin. So as soon as I grab the skin, it makes this tent.
Okay.
And you can feel the skin around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert in that tent. You know, not down, but just with a small angle so that it can enter the sub-Q. And then just kind of sit. And you'll feel it. Now what I like to do with this is I don't like to take a long time to poke the needle. I don't like to insert like this. I'll hold the skin up and I'll once and go through. And it's the fastest and the most painless. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to grab it. Daniel's going to kind of scratch. And I'm going to pick up here and I'll go 1, 2, in. We are in. So now the needle is sitting right there. So I'm going to go here. This is next to the wheel. We're going to open the wheel by rolling it up. And I'll show you right here. So as soon as you write that, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to do here.
Good girl.
Will you hold this? Well, actually, I'll hold it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this wheel. Like I said, we're going to roll it up. So I'm going to push it all the way up.
Okay.
And it's going to start dripping up here. And you'll see it. It's pouring in. You can see the fluid administering here. And it's going through the line. And you can start seeing Joy's hair move because it's under the sub-Q already, and it's going to make a pocket of fluids here. So what I'm going to do is I'm holding this up, a good hook up there. I like to use a hanger at home. You can put a hanger on the wall and it'll hook in this hole and hold your bag like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from, this bag was a little low, it is at 750. So I'm going to go from 750 to 850, which is 100 cc's. So it's going to continue to roll on here. And the hardest part is this part right here, getting the needle in there. This part is simple. This part is just going to grow. Gravity will do its course. A fluid administration for 100 cc's should take you to administer Joy about 3 minutes, more or less. We're actually moving at a pretty good rate here, and we got a consistent drop here. If you can see this drop going, this is what we're looking for. You see how quickly that is dropping?
Yes.
That's a good stick here. We got good insertion here, and we're in the sub-Q. If it's a little low, a lot of times what you could do is you could play with the line. You could pick it up, bring it down. You can move it to the left, move it to the right, but so long as the needle stays in.
Okay.
So it's gonna just keep on administering. Might as well get her a good dose of fluids before we leave. And of course I can get you a new bag. It's gonna be a brand new bag, brand new line with 10 needles to give for 10 administrations. That's how many you get in one bag.
And how often do I do that?
This is usually first time maintenance is twice per week. That's a wake up from a neuter. Yeah, that is our boy there. So yeah, it's still going down here. And what I'll do is I'll just reset the bag. On new bags, like this one here, that Rosie was in here getting fluid, the young lady that was in the lobby. So,
It's okay. It's okay, baby.
good, Joy.
Now, why does she have to have this?
It's actually for kidney health. It helps diurese the kidneys. You know, normal water intake, this just supplements a little bit more so that we can flush the renal system. There's a natural anti-inflammatory in it. It has a full electrolyte spectrum, and it'll keep Joy, 1, hydrated, and 2, give her a little bit of more what's necessary as far as light replenishment and diuresing the kidneys. It helps push protein out too. If there's an excess of protein that the kidney has to deal with, it can help excrete that as well. So right now, if you can feel this backpack of fluids here. It feels like a small Camelback, and it's jiggly. That means you've gotten a good fluid bag there. You feel it? No, it doesn't feel like the skin. It's a whole big old bag, and it's filled with fluid right now, and it's continuing to fill right now. We're still going great. We're about to be finished here.
So 2 times a week?
Yes, ma'am. And we're about to come to the end here. So at the end, when we get to the end, I will show you just right now, because we're approaching 100 cc's. So we're going to do the opposite here. We're going to roll all the way down, and it'll stop the line. Yeah, rolling down. And then we're going to prepare to get this needle out. Now this is going to be a lot easier to take out. You probably won't feel anything. I'd like to get the lid ready to go on this. And I'll do it really quickly. What I'll do is I'll grab the needle at the base, if you want to watch me. Okay, so the needle's in. You can see it in her skin here.
Okay.
That's the base. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this base here, and we're gonna go 1, 2, out. And then whoever's here, if you're there to help, or if not, you can just close it really quick, and then you can just give a pinch here. It's a pinhole. Hold it for about a minute, and it'll close. And then the fluid, she'll have that pocket on her back for a little bit, but it'll disperse and go to where it needs to go for Joy. A lot of the times it settles, and you can feel it here in the sub-Q underneath her chest, but it will get absorbed by the body, the fluids, as she needs it.
All right. I got my bite.
But actually, she did fantastic. This was, videotaping this would have been an excellent tutorial for sub-Q fluids.
Oh, okay.
So this was really, really good. She did well. We were able to administer all the fluids. We got this backpack of fluids here now.
Meow. Yeah, she's not happy.
And you can feel it there, but it'll go right here. You see that? It's a big jiggly kind of pouch. And it'll go where it needs to go, and of course we'll supplement twice weekly on those fluids.
Oh.
And I can get you a bag with everything ready. With all your administrations, you'll have 10 needles, so you can have a fresh new needle each time.
Okay.
Just collect those needles, and we can dispose of them for you here.
Okay, never reuse a needle.
Never.
Okay.
Yeah, sterile all the time. You have 10 administrations in one bag, I will give you 10 needles. I'll probably give you a dozen just in case you drop any.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna, drop in a needle or de-sterilize it, and I want you to have a couple of extra in that bag.
Okay.
And I'll get everything ready for you, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Well done.
And what is your name?
My name is Miguel. I'm
Miguel.
Dr. Cross's veterinary nurse. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's so bad.
She'll have a bag here. It'll be different in color. It'll be pink. It's just 2 different types of vitamins. This right here is a B complex, which is a full B complex spectrum. This is just a B12. It's isolated by itself, so that's why it's pink in color. It's like a cyanocobalamin supplement. It's more tailored to the feline renal patient instead of this. Yeah, this is more of a generalized, something if we had like a full infection going. This is more supplemental, so that's why it has the B12 in it.
Okay.
All right, Joy.
Grab her kennel.
Okay.
Thank you, Miguel.
Yes, sir. And I'll get everything ready for you both. If you'd like to wait, that's fine.